Yo, Phoenix Insanity here. We back with another video to help you guys get better at Tekken and then actually start punishing things. So in this video, I'm just going to go over common strings for characters that you guys should be punishing or not letting people steal turns from you. And you're going to get that when you see Alisa's moves. Basically things that you didn't know were negative, and also moves that are actually not plus on block but may look like the enemy has an advantage, and you're letting people steal turns or abuse these things against you. And yeah, let's get right into it. The first thing with Alisa, her down forward 1-4 is minus 11. Punish this. Stop letting them Alisa abusers get away with this. And for anybody who's higher rank, a lot of people do not know this is minus 11. The blue ranks, they just let Alisa do this. It looks safe, it feels safe, and she's really getting away with it. All right, so some of these moves might be for some Garyus as well. I'll throw in some Garyu moves so that everybody can have something that they didn't know. I'm pretty sure if you're like Tekken King or even above that, a lot of these you probably will know, but it is what it is. Next move, Alisa, her down forward 1+2 does jail, but it's 0 on block. You can mash on this, even though it looks like you shouldn't do anything. Another thing, Alisa's boost 2, this is usually minus 8 depending on the distance. There it is, minus 8. So it is not her turn if she hits you with this. It is your turn, even though it looks like you should. For my Garyus, you guys are running into a lot of Alisas that spam this. This by itself is launch punishable. If she does both, you can sidestep the second part. Like that. Just walk around it. Another thing about Alisa's is a lot of them like to start the pressure with down forward 1 or forward 2. Down forward 1 is minus 6. You can mash buttons on this. She does have the extensions, so be careful of those. And forward 2 is minus 4, so you can perfectly sidestep to either direction to avoid her follow-up after forward 2, or you can mash on her because this is not plus either. Alisa also has back 4-4. Some people in the blue ranks, you just finishing the string, hoping for a hit. You're not catching a proper whip punish. This thing is mad punishable. And then if they go into fly, I mean, you just running into a launcher. So jab it, launch it. Now you guys know. In her chainsaws, she has this, and now she can actually boot. Okay, now she can boot. Okay, boot. You can actually sidestep. You can sidestep this. I'll show you. There you go. Next character, Asuka. Now, I actually forgot to include this move on the last video of strings that you should be avoiding, but Asuka's rising 1-4. The second hit is high, and you can duck the second hit, and it's completely reactable with some training. Just improve your reactions. This is one of Asuka's new moves, so a lot of you guys may not know this, but her up 1-2 is minus 11 on block without the 90-watt gusto. So if she's using this outside of 90-watt gusto, make sure you punish this at minus 11. A lot of you guys never punish this famous Asuka move. Back 3 is minus 19. Now she does have follow-ups that she can go into, but oftentimes they just back 3 it and they're looking for a confirm to go into a combo. At minus 19, Hwoarang can punish it with Plasma Blade or back 3. Just look for some of your long range moves. Make sure you're punishing this. Do not let Asuka get away with just spamming back 3. Another Asuka move that is sometimes seen, especially in the blue ranks, is Rising 3. Some people will spam this in the lower ranks, but this is minus 16. You can launch this. Send that girl to the sky. Another Asuka move is her low kick in the mid. This, whatever you call this move, but this is minus 14. I see a lot of Asukas that will often plant. They use this very often in the blue ranks. This is minus 14. Hit them girls with that heat engager. Just knock them out for spamming this. Asuka at the wall, sometimes you guys are getting hit by this string and you're afraid of the low, so you duck. At the wall, just don't duck. If she hits you with the low, let it go. Let me go back to the wall. If she hits you with the low, let it go, because if she does the mid, it's your turn at -9. You can take your turn back and start applying pressure to Asuka. If Asuka hits you with this low, it's -4, so you could actually sidestep after this. Anything that's -4, you can sidestep. So if a lot of you guys are getting hit with this and you don't know what to do and you're stuck just holding back and blocking, you can sidestep after getting hit with this. In the lower ranks, Asuka has been getting away with down forward 1-4. This is -12. So use your 12 frame Punisher and stop letting Asuka do this for free. No longer. Next character, Azucena. Okay, so some Azucena players are using forward 4-3 in the neutral, trying to catch you hitting a button or something like that. This is -14. A lot of you guys are not punishing this as you should. So there you go. If you see Azucena do this, remember it's -14. Another thing that Azucena players are doing, using 4-2. This is -13. Make sure you punish this. Another thing from Azucena's stance is that she'll do the low kick and sometimes she'll finish it. That's -10. Trapped by up forward 3+4, because it is plus on block and you feel like you can't move. But at -4 for you, you can actually sidestep after this, and Azucena has to make a read on whether to do a tracking move or to just go for continuous pressure. On some rare occasions, you'll have an Azucena that actually uses back 3. This is only +2. You can mash on these plus frames. A lot of people aren't taking the plus frames properly as they should. Just mash on her, or you can sidestep after it as well. All right, next character, Brian. So Brian's back 4. It is +4, and as I said before, you can sidestep at -4. So you can sidestep after his elbow. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have probably figured this one out, but there's some of you guys who do not know. You see the big block stun and you're scared to move. Brian doesn't have very many options he can do after this at +4, because most of his counter hit tools start at higher frames. So like to get counter hit with his knee, if you jab after back 4 and he goes for a counter hit with the knee, you will win, because he needs at least something more plus to actually catch that counter hit. You'll be faster with your 10 frame or even 11 frame move before Brian can catch a counter hit with this. A general knowledge about Brian is that he's a counter hit character, so a lot of his launchers or his big damage comes from catching counter hits. So really with Brian, you just want to try your best to avoid getting counter hitted. Other than that, Brian's usually make it to higher ranks because he is a higher skilled character. Hey, just stop getting counter hit, really. Brian, rising 1 is -14. A lot of you have been punishing this, but you haven't been punishing as good as you can. So -14 on that. Make sure you catch that. Brian's rising 3 is -10. So some Brians will do just one knee, and of course you're scared of the second, but you could actually sometimes you can jab in between this, depending on if the Brian stalls it or not. So if they stall it, you can actually jab in between it. So if you ever see Brian do this, make sure to catch your 10 frame punish. Hatchet kick. It is +5. It's recommended that you don't hit buttons after this, but since Brian's counter hit tools are so slow, oftentimes 10 frame jabs will beat a lot of his launching options. So I wouldn't recommend always mashing, but check on Brian's. Check them with jabs to see how they react after they get their plus frames. It's really not a lot of good options. Like he can do down 4-2-1 or 1-4, but his big counter hits like back 2, his 4-3, you just don't have enough time to actually catch these counter hits, even though you're plus. So if the Brian's just catching damage, yeah, this is 18 frames, his mid kick. His plus frames often aren't actually enough to set you up for a guaranteed counter hit. So if you're willing to risk the life for it, I would say check Brian with jabs after his plus frames. If you don't agree with that, hey, write it down in the comments. I play Brian. People always sidestepping after hatchet. They always hitting buttons after hatchet. Hatchet kick ain't never scared nobody. Pick up Brian. You will see. There's a few that get hit by the hatchet. They'll stand there. But a lot of people they'll sidestep or they'll actually hit buttons after getting hit by the hatchet. Oftentimes they'll go for a launcher. They'll do a hop kick or something. They'll get hit by a hatchet and go for a hop kick. Like, these people be wilding out here. Next character. I don't play enough Claudio to really know, but at least on his hop kick, it's minus 13. So people who are getting hot kicked out there, this is minus 13. Make sure you catch that. I know for a long time, I used to when Claudio first came out in Tekken 7, I used to let him get away with this. So if you new to Tekken and you run into a Claudio, hey, make sure you punish his hop kick. That's all I really know. Claudio's 444 is sidesteppable. So if he's at this range and you know your Claudio likes to mix it up with running 2 and 444, you can sidestep this and it's only +1. So you can actually just move out of the way on this. Just get out of the way. Other than that, I really don't know too much about Claudio. If there's some Claudio players in there that want to throw some tech in the comments, please do and help out the video. Thank you. Next character. Contrary to popular belief, Devil Jin actually has to play pretty well to actually be good at the game and be viable. There are some cheeky things that he can do, but he actually has to get you in a combo to actually start his stuff off. A lot of his stuff is catching counter hits and catching the opponent just not blocking, and then this doing combos off of, you know, his sweep. That's a lot of Devil Jin's offense, is you just being scared of Demon Paw and being scared of Hell Sweep. One thing that I noticed that people do get away with, especially at the blue ranks, is sidestep 2. This is very launch punishable at minus 22. Make sure you guys are not letting Devil Jin get away with this. Another thing I'll see Devil Jins do sometimes at the lower ranks is 1, 2, 4, 3. This is jab interruptible and sidesteppable. I'll show you that real quick. Boom, there it is. You can actually jab sidestep. So if you have a Devil Jin who abuses this 2-piece, you can jab it, and you can also sidestep it as well. There it is. There it is. Another Devil Jin move. Now, I was a victim of this for a long time. Morning Crow 2-2. This is minus 14. So at the higher ranks, they do know this, but they've been getting away with only catching a Rising 4 punish. Stop letting Devil Jin get away with this. So whenever he goes into his mix-up and he doesn't do 1, and he does the 2-2, you can minus 14 punish it. So you can hit him with a heat engager. If you're June, you can actually launch him for this. Also with Eddie and Kazuya can also launch him for doing that as well. All right, now you know. Another thing that Devil Jins like to abuse is the chain into Morning Crow. You can actually sidestep if he does the 1 option. So if you know your Devil Jin likes to spam it, it is a guess because he has the 2 option. But yeah, you can get around this pretty easy with a sidestep. So stop letting that Devil Jin from out here hit you with this and just going crazy on you. Stop letting them Devil Jins fly on you. A lot of higher ranked Devil Jins, you might use up forward 3. It's not as good as it was in its glory days, you might say. But at +3, you can still sidestep. So if you see Devil Jins hit you with this to keep the plus frames, you can actually sidestep after this. And then he has to make a choice of doing something that tracks. So those are your options after up forward 3. And that's all I got for Devil Jin. Next character. I did change my practice character because Alisa does have a slightly better sidestep than other characters. So I don't want you guys to be wondering why you can't sidestep. So I got Jin, who has a normal sidestep, so that you can actually sidestep stuff.
That was a horrible explanation I gave there. I switched from Alisa because her sidestep is better than other characters, and she may be able to sidestep things that other characters can't. So I switched to Jin, who has a normal sidestep. So when his sidestep works, 90% of the cast sidestep will work if it works for Jin. That's it.
Dragunov. All right, he used to be his running 2 is only +4. It used to be +6. So you can actually sidestep after this. So if you're catching a lot of pressure from Dragunovs who are doing this running 2, you can sidestep after this now. Another Dragunov thing is his down 2. A lot of you guys are letting Dragunov continue pressure after this. Dragunov actually can't actually continue pressure. It's -1, which means that even though you got hit, you're at an advantage, and you can rising 4 before Dragunov can do anything. Dragunov can sidestep from here, but if Dragunov attacks, you will win every time. So if you get hit by Dragunov's low, don't be afraid to rising 4, unless Dragunov has shown that he will sidestep. Most Dragunovs will not sidestep after down 2. They will just go into pressure. As you can see, I very much do play Dragunov. Another thing that I see some low-ranked Dragunovs do is they like to try to catch a back 1-2 just in the open sometimes because it knocks down. This is -12. Do not let this go. Make sure you catch that 12-frame punish on that back 1-2. If you know Dragunov's not going to finish the back 4 2 string, and he's going to go into sneak or just not punish it, it's big minus at -6, -7, depending if he goes into sneak or not. It is your turn. I would recommend just probably sidestepping and watching what the Dragunov does, and then you can make a decision based on whatever follow-up he does, if whether you should sidestep or mash buttons. It is kind of scary because he does have the one follow-up that he can stall. You could always just go for a high crushing attack as well. Some characters like Lee used to have a high crushing down forward 1. Sometimes Lars is down forward 1 high crushes. So depending on your character, you have different options you can go for. Just the option select on Dragunov, whether he finishes it or he goes into sneak, if he has something that's high crushing, or if you just have like Ling has a super fast back 1. I think it's 6 frames. Her back 1 is 6 frames. So some characters have unique options to deal with it, but go to practice mode and see what you can do to stop him, because all Dragunovs are using this string. You really just need to cover this string. This string is just very, very abusable. If you catch Dragunov using 1-2-1 in a neutral, -14. Make sure you punish him for that. Don't let that Dragunov get away with this nonsense. And this is just for the lower ranks, but Dragunov's shoulder is not launch punishable. I know some of you guys are wondering why you can't punish this with a hop kick. It's for my lower ranked people. It's not hop kick punishable, bro. It's just -14. A lot of shoulder attacks that look like this are often launch punishable. So, hey, just so you know, not launch punishable. -14. It's another one for my lower ranks. Dragunov's special throw is 1+2 break. Some of you guys didn't know that. You didn't know how to break the throw. Some of you guys, you're newer to the game and you're like, what is this? What is this? Because you've never seen it. It's a unique throw animation. This is a 1+2 break. Another Dragunov move, down back 2-1-2. This is -14. Some of you guys are punishing it, but you don't know how punishable this is. A lot of Dragunovs will use this to try to catch a counter hit on the last one to do a combo. This is -14. Don't let the Dragunovs get away with a 10 frame or a 12 frame punish. -14, boys. Another thing, to tell what Dragunov's going to do during his tackle. 1+2 does high damage. So if you know the Dragunov just wants to do a bunch of damage, usually this is at the beginning of the match. If you get caught with a tackle, they'll go for that one. Otherwise, the one break takes away gray health. So if you have a lot of gray health, go for the one break. So it's really dependent. So that's how you can tell which throw an intelligent Dragunov is going for. One break gets rid of gray health, and then the 1+2 is higher damage. Next character, Feng. All right. First of all, Feng's back 3 is very sidesteppable. How do you know Feng is going to do back 3 though? Because Feng want to do back 3. They love doing back 3. So if you have a Feng that's spamming this, it's very easily sidestep to Feng's left. or to your character's left, I'm sorry. So if you're playing Jin, go into the foreground. And you can sidestep this. It's very readable. A lot of Feng will just run up and just do it. So this is sidesteppable. So don't let Feng do abuses on you. If you already blocked it, you're locked in. It's time to start guessing. Another Feng move, it used to be a safe poke, but now they actually just do the extension. But if you do catch any Fangs just doing back forward by itself, it's -10. Be careful of the extension though, back forward too. It does not gel, so you can duck the second hit, as you can see here. I don't believe I put this in the last video, but Feng's Rising 1-3 is a heat engager, but the second hit is high, and you can duck the second hit. So there you go. Make sure you duck that. Another tip against Fangs. For whatever reason, these Fangs at the beginning of the match love to do a Kimple stack. Make sure you're watching Feng, because at the beginning of the game, oftentimes they'll Kimple step, wait for you to do something, punish it, and then they'll go crazy. Another thing that Fangs love to abuse, especially when in heat, they'll do some type of setup. Hold on, I can't even do it. They'll do some type of setup, sidestep 1+2, back 1. Back 1 is a high attack. You can duck this. This is high. So if you got Fangs and he's abusing this, it's high. Some of you guys don't know it, and his hand is really low. I mean, I'm literally punching Jin in the face. Like, I'm palming Jin's, like, through his face. So, that's a high attack, in case you didn't know. Next character, Hwoarang. All right, so a lot of guys don't know that Hwoarang does have a lot of plus frames from Flamingo, and he can loop into stuff, but his biggest weakness is that his moves from Flamingo are slow. His jab from Flamingo is 13 frames, so when he gets into Flamingo, oftentimes he is plus, but then Hwoarang has to make a guess on what to do next. So like, is he gonna go mid, and then the weakness to this string is that you at 4 you can actually sidestep. So Hwoarang has to go for a tracking move to actually catch you. I'll show you. Watch this. Oh, that was a tracking move. My bad. Sidestep. 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 Well, that second part track, that's just Tekken. So a lot of the things he can sidestep. There are some moves that will catch depending on the direction you sidestep, so beware of that as well. So like, you will get launched if he goes for the launcher after that and you're sidestepping that direction, so sidestep the other direction. So yeah, so a lot of this stuff is sidesteppable at -4. You guys probably didn't know that. That's going to help you deal with Hwoarang, because I know a lot of them are mashing this button. So there you go. Some general knowledge about Hwoarang is that from his Flamingo, his fastest move is 13 frames. So Hwoarang does have a lot of plus frames, +6, +8, you know, and then he goes to jab, and that's +5. But his fastest move from his Flamingo is 13 frames, and that's his jab. His kicks are usually 14 frames or more. 28 frames on the hop kick. The low kick is 16 frames. So he actually doesn't have a lot of fast attacks from his Flamingo. Now, they do come at you very fast, so that's why he has so many plus frames. So really, it's about weathering the storm, waiting for her to do something that you know that you can counter. So I just taught you that, you know, you can sidestep after this. So after you see something you can counter, then go for your counter. A lot of Hwoarangs, they have habits where they'll always do this jab when they get into Flamingo. They can't wait to do this jab. Look for that in Hwoarang's offense. A lot of low-ranked Hwoarangs often abuse this. They get stuck in flowcharts because Hwoarang has so many moves. And it's easier to pilot Hwoarang on a flowchart than it is to think like, oh, I'm here, what should I do? Oh, I'm here, oh, I can do this. Oh, I'm here, oh, I'm gonna go for a hop kick. They often just flow in a flow chart, go in the hop kick, go here, go here, go here, go this, do this, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. And they flow chart. So they'll run into the same pattern. So just wait for that Hwoarang to flow chart and you'll deal with them a lot better. Another Hwoarang move that you guys want to see. Some Hwoarangs are doing this. This is minus 14. So make sure you are properly punishing this when you see Hwoarang do 3-3 in the neutral. And that's all I got for Hwoarang for now. Next character. Jack A. Alright. 4-2 is his fastest standing 10 frame move at 10 frames. His regular jab is 11 frames, so Jack actually has a slower jab than everybody else. So oftentimes you'll beat Jack to the punch because his jab is slower. But his forward 2 is also minus 12. So make sure, don't let a Jack be out here abusing his forward 2 out here. Make sure you punish him every time you see that at minus 12. Another thing is that Jack's make it clap. His new move is actually sidesteppable. Boom, there it is. So don't let Jack do this in the neutral. This is not free. Yep, there you go. You can sidestep it. So you see the 2-1, get behind that Jack and send that man to his demotion match. Also, if Jack tries to abuse his stance with forward 3, this could actually be sidestepped as well. Big punch. Now he does have some options that follow the sidestep, especially depending on the direction. Obviously he has a tracking move. But most of the time, a lot of his quicker options can be sidestepped. You can also sidestep block this right there if he does it too slow, or if you do a smaller sidestep. If you sidestep to the other direction, I believe you can get away from the 4 as well. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, if you sidestep the other way, you get away from the heat engager. But just beware of the tracking moves. That's all. Most of the time Jack goes in the stance, you do have an opportunity to sidestep as long as you didn't get punched in the face. So remember, at minus 4 you can sidestep safely. Only thing you look out is for a tracking move or a move that tracks to a specific direction. This move does have big pushback. His back 1+2, but this is launch punishable. So if you see Jack spamming this and you have a long range launcher, I believe June, Asuka, and probably some other characters have some potential long range launchers. Hwoarang back 3 to actually launch this, and Jack does this from too close. So look out for that. If you have a Jack that's abusing plus frames, and by abusing, well, that's what we all want to do. So if you get caught by this, minus 4, you can sidestep after this. Jack's jab is really slow, so actually it's not as fast as it could be. So you can actually get away with mashing on Jack because he doesn't have a lot of options from 2. He has like 2-1 and 2-3. You'll take some damage, but his other moves will be too slow to actually capitalize as much as he wants on this. So yeah, Jack is a little bit slower, so it looks like he's really plus, but he doesn't have a lot of quick moves that'll really make you pay for it. Risk it as you want, but hey, unless the Jack is showing you that he's actually doing something that's respectable, disrespect that man, that bot. A lot of you guys should know this. It's very, you should know this, but his up back 1+2 is very slow. So if you jab this a few times, you can still duck it. So if you ever see this and you've jabbed it a few times in armor, you can still duck this. Duck and launch that. You guys should know that. I hope you guys aren't out here religiously blocking this and getting beat by Jacks. A lot of Jacks at the lower ranks will abuse this move because it is tracking and it is armor. A lot of good properties. Jack's uppercut, I don't see this get punished often. I know that because I'm a Jack player, but it's minus 14. At the higher ranks, they will punish me, but oftentimes they only do like a 10 or 12 frame, 10 to 12 frame punish. Make sure you get that whole 14 frames in at minus 14. All right. A move to be aware of is Jack's sidestep 1. This is deceptively plus. You don't really look like you're negative, look like it's plus, but if you get this, often Jack do sidestep one into uppercut. This is +6, so be careful when you see this. This is actually plus. A lot of you know sidestep 2. This is a real plus fray at +9. It is a high though, so duck this if you see Jack abusing this, especially at the wall. Them Jacks they be wilding, and he can go in a stance off of it as well. And that's all I got for Jack. Next character, Jin 214. So a lot of Jins used to abuse 214 before it became -10. It is -10 now, so you guys be aware. But if they stall the 2-1, you could actually sidestep the 4. So a lot of times they'll stall this and try to wait for you to hit a button. You could actually sidestep away from the kick. If y'all see me just do it, okay. There it is. But you could actually sidestep away from the kick if they stall this. And then you can launch Jin for it. There you go. I already showed you guys this, but I just wanted to show you that 1, 2, 3, you can sidestep the 3. Now, obviously, there's the 4 option, but that was in the last video. So if you have someone that abuses the 3 because they're scared to do the 4 for whatever reason or whatever it is, you can sidestep it. Jin's down forward 2 into wave dash is not as real as you think. Now, you do want to look out for high crushing moves. His left hand God Fist is high crushing, but if he's doing other options, you can actually jab after this. So this is me doing the right hand God Fist, and you see me getting jabbed. This is me doing 3, you see me getting jabbed, but when I do 1, it does go under the jab because it's a little slower. But so it's up to you to what you want to do with that knowledge. He does have an extension, so be careful for the extension. But if you have a Jin that's abusing this and going down, most of the times you can jab him in the face and stop him from putting that pressure on you. The other way to stop the left hand is just to do down forward 1. So this is me trying to do the left hand. It's not as plus as you think, but if he does do the right hand, you'll get counter hit. So you got to make that choice. But now you have options on how to fight back against this. I see a lot of Jins go into mental alertness and they'll finish 1-2, hoping that they'll get a hit. This is -14. Do not let them Jins get away with this. This is free damage that a lot of you guys are not getting the optimal punish for. -14. Make sure you punish that properly. Jin's mental alertness 2 is -5. It is your turn. It does not look like it's your turn because of the big pushback, because Jin's like rushing forward, but it is -5. Do not let Jins do this to you and then continue their pressure. It is no longer their turn. They have lost their turn. At -5, you can do a 14 or I believe like up to 18 frames. Let me think about this. You could do a 14 frame move and they should not be able to sidestep it. So at -5, he can't sidestep or anything. So if you do a 14 frame move, you'll beat Jin and he won't be able to sidestep. So it's your turn after he does this. I missed this in the last video, but Jin's rising 4-4. Stop letting Jins abuse this. It is very fast though, so I'm not mad if you don't duck this. I often miss this 99% of the time, but rising 4-4, you can duck the second part of it and launch Jin. If any Jin is using rising 1-2 in the neutral, not as a punish, it's your turn. I don't care if he goes in the stance or whatever. Hit buttons on that Jin. 4-3-1. This is -12. Make sure them Jins ain't abusing them double mids on you. And I believe it's actually sidesteppable as well. If they stall it, you can sidestep it. Okay. If they stall it, you can sidestep it. But that's only if they stall it. You got to catch a pretty decent sidestep. I wouldn't risk it though. It's not really worth it. But if you see someone stalling this a lot or pressuring with this, you know how Tekken is. Sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. That's just Tekken. Some Jins like to use down forward 4 into some type of a counter hit button to catch you pressing buttons. This is 0 on block. It is a free-for-all after this, so be careful when you catch this. This is a trap by Jins that they'll often use so that they can use another fast move because you think that it might be your turn after this. Looks like a big flashy kick, big flashy axe kick. They catch you slip it. It's 0 block. Be careful of this trap. And that's it for Jin. Next character, Jun. Let's go. So One thing for John, her 4-3-4, if someone uses at the wall, -13, make sure you catch them punish frames. Now, this move is often used by Johns that'll catch you ducking on her 4-3-2, and they try to mix it up. Punch that girl in the face. Like, tell her ain't none of that nonsense getting past me. Now, you'll run into a lot of Johns that do this. This is sidesteppable. This is sidesteppable into the background to Jun's left. So if you run into Jun's doing this, this is how you stop getting poked in your legs. So look out for this move. This is 4-4-2, Genjutsu 1. All right, so look out for that. She does have tracking options from this, but oftentimes people don't use the tracking options, and it looks like you can sidestep and block to cover both options. Or you can sidestep duck as well to catch her for a launcher if she tries to switch up the options on you. Do not sidestep into the foreground. She will track you into the next dimension. Look at, I'm telling you, she will 180 like this is a cross up low. So do not step into the foreground. It's not worth it. There's nothing there. All right. Step into her left. A lot of you guys at the lower ranks are getting caught by this, which it does look plus, so I don't know why, but you're hitting buttons after this and getting caught by 1+2. All Juns do this for what? Because it works. That's why they're doing it. So if you get hit by this, just block, bro. Just block. She's going to do the 1+2. You know it. I know it. It's going to happen. And at +6, you cannot sidestep after this. So don't try to sidestep after this either. Another thing at the wall, this is +2. It's a 12 frame move. So the second one is actually 10 frames. So don't fall for this one either. And it's a high attack. So if you see Jun spamming this at the wall, look out, bro. Just duck it. It's a high attack. Jun as well, back 3, -19. Make sure you punish that. A lot of Juns will do down forward 4. This is -14. So if you see this kick from Jun, let me show it to you without. This is her counter hit launcher. Yeah, and counter hit tornado as well. It does it all. So look out for that as well. Another Jun trap, or 4-4 on block into, oh, they changed the input. There it is. This is a trap. If Jun hits you with this, she's expecting you to jab. She's going to go for the counter hit launcher. This move launches when it parries something. So if you see a Jun do this, it's +3. Look out. Another Jun tip. You can jab in between this and float her. This is a combo. If you have the reaction speed, you can float this. There it is. You see that? You can float that girl. So if you see Jun spamming this, or sometimes they do it at the wall to try to put some extra pressure on you, you can actually float that. There you go. Jun defense. A lot of Juns shouldn't be using this in the neutral, but she has her 10 frame knockdown punish. This is -14, so make sure you catch that as well. And then also her down forward 1 with the big, that's launch punishable. So make sure you punish those as well. It's a very quick, 10 frame guaranteed knockdown punish. So some Juns might use it in the open. So make sure you're launching the low one and make sure you're catching that -14 on the high one. A lot of guys know it, but Jun's forward 2 into her power is always -9. Whenever you see Jun do anything into a power, normally it's -9. She makes it safe by using the power. That's -9. That's -9. So her powers are usually -9. How'd I do the other one? So yeah, the big shines that shoot out the ground. So just be aware of that. It is your turn, in case you didn't know, to start punching Jun in the face. All right, that's it for Jun. Next character. Kazuya is a very hard character to play. It's not a lot of gimmicky things that he has that he's really beating you with. A lot of you guys are just getting hit with 1-1 confirms. You're not properly ducking on down forward 1s, or you're not guessing right, and then you're getting hit with the hell sweep, and if you're losing to a Kazuya, you're just getting outplayed. Some of you, I never hear people complain about how broken Kazuya is. So, stop losing to the Kazuyas. That's all. I can perfect God Fist. I swear I can. It's just that I play Mashivas with my thumb versus how I play other characters. And then my controller too. Like my controller is really what's like, it's holding me back. Like I'm better than this. Like my God Fist game is crazy. Like honestly, like I used to play Mashivas at 6. Like you see that wave roll? Like look at that. Okay. But if you get beat by Kazuya, you just getting outplayed, man. Some Kazuyas do spam down 1+2, but you got to catch on. They usually have a pattern. Before they do down 1+2, they'll hit their buttons. They'll get to this distance. They'll backdash, do down 1+2. They'll do back 4, down 1+2. It's a lot of things that they have a tell before they do it. Some will just round start down 1+2. They'll do up 4-3, down 1. I'm telling you, like these dudes be wilding out here with the down 1+2. That's a very specific blue rank brand of Kazuya though. So yeah, Kazuya just outplayed you. Next character, King. A lot of you don't know this. Some of you guys are getting spammed by King's armor moves. This is -10 and it's a high, so duck this. If you see King that does this, they always have a flow chart. They always do something, whatever it is that they do, and then they'll just go into this. Boom. And it's -10 and it is a high. So catch on to the flow chart and then duck this as well. King's other one is -12. So make sure you are punishing this on block whenever King is abusing these armor moves. A lot of Kings like to abuse these armor moves. If you, at the higher ranks, you have Kings that use muscle armor. He takes less damage, and then he can hit confirm you for a heat engager and go crazy. And it's also safe. Just sweep him. Now he may hit the button earlier, but you're at the higher ranks. You know the mind games. You either got to go for the sweep, or you can try to create a whiff punish. It is what it is. It's generally hard to fight King. So yeah. So look out for those. Punish those. Yeah. Punish those armor moves. Plus this back 3 is a high, and it's -10. So even if you block this, you still have a chance to punish it. And if you don't block it, you most likely you'll duck it, and then you can just launch it. All right. There are some Kings who only do giant swing. So if you learn of a King who only does giant swing, look out for this. It is a 1 break. I'm pretty sure you guys should know that by now. If you're new to Tekken and didn't know that, it's a 1 break. But I'm telling you, not that giant swing is a 1 break. I'm telling you, some Kings only do giant swing for some reason, and they never mix it up. So be aware if you're fighting a King and he only giant swings. Like it's just some Kings just do that. All right. Another thing, so you guys don't get cradled anymore. Cradle, oh my god, oh they changed it. Son of a, cradle is a 2 break. So all you have to do is hold 2 and you'll never get cradled. How beautiful is that? Never will you have to see yourself get rolling death cradle. Hold 2 or triangle or what do they got on Xbox? Y? Whatever your right punch button. Hold right punch. There you go. Now, you could actually break it before you get to cradle. I believe the break is 1+2. So even before you get to the guessing, it's a 1+2 break for... I'm sorry. It's a 1+... Oh my gosh, they switched the buttons. It's a 1+2 break for the chicken wing face lock. So this is a 1+2. So you can actually stop him before he even gets to doing cradle options. Or his other I think I changed my buttons. I'm a Legacy King player, so I know all the old inputs. But I also forget some of the inputs as well because I know so many inputs. But either way, 1+2 before he even gets there. Another thing, if King is running at you and you're afraid to guess, go for a just just hit a low counter hit. Some kings like to run for a little while to try to mix it up, and you're frozen in fear. You don't know what to do. You're like, oh no, king's gonna hurt me. Just hit your low counter hit attack. So like king has like down 3+4, alley kicks. Depending on whatever character, Hwoarang has down 4/4. If you see kings that like to run and stall a lot to make you guess, come out of that frozen state of fear and hit it with a low, or you can hit it with a throw as well. King can also be thrown out of his run as well. So they are trying to make you guess, but now you can put a little bit more pressure back on the king, because usually when he runs, people freeze up in fear, and king is just free mix up. So make that king actually have to work for that throw, work for that attack, and go for a low counter hit or go for a throw to actually stop his Jaguar sprint. And that's it for king. Next character, Kuma. I believe I actually told you guys all the stuff for Kuma in the last video. Other than that, Kuma has a lot of plus frames, and he's just you know, he's just big. Kuma just cook it. I mean, really, you just gotta run an offense on Kuma. He does have a lot of stuff that are punishable, or like frame traps that I know about. Really, all the Kumas do the stuff that I mentioned in the last video. So I would just recommend you watch the last video to see how to defend against Kuma. The strings that a lot of Kuma players are using, like forward 1-1-1. You know what? I'll just do a quick rundown. Forward 1-1-1, -16. Even forward 1-1, if they stop in between, -15. You can still launch it. Back 2-1. You know, the second part is high. Practice blocking the sweep, launch punishable. Back 1, -13. Make sure you catch that. This is a low, so it doesn't look like a low during a match because there's a lot of things going on. Make sure you block that. And then his mix-up is -10. And then down 4-2-1, make sure you launch that. That's just so you don't have to go to the last video and watch it to see all the stuff I mentioned about Kuma. I just put it here so you ain't got to hit another video. Next character, Lars. I said some of his stuff in the last video, but the main thing about fighting against Lars is just that whenever he goes in the stance without actually getting a hit, he's negative, and you can beat Lars to whatever he's trying to go to. But if he does get a hit, then you actually have to guess and block on what Lars is gonna do. But don't let Lars go in the stance for free. If you see you blocked it and he's going in the stance, yes, you can attack Lars. Make sure you smack him in the face for that. That was in the last video. I'm reiterating that because that's really good defense against Lars. Another thing is Lars's gameplays are often centered around landing this attack. And then he goes into mix up from there. So if you see a Lars from whatever range, know that his goal is to land this, because this is where all the Lars pressure is, right here. So knowing that, Lars is most likely going to go right into dynamic entry. So try to beat Lars to the punch. Stay in Lars' face. Don't let him get into his stances. This is where Lars really shines. Now, it can be harder than it sounds because he has so many ways to go in the stance from different moves. But remember, if you're blocking it, he doesn't have the advantage. So that's where Lars' weakness really lies. Let's say Lars does hit you with his big move into silent entry. What options do you have from there? The only option you have is an armor move. So if Lars hits you with this, go for an armor. It'll beat most of his options. Everything but the low. Okay, let me show you the rest. There you go. Tracking. 1. Everything loses to the armor. So if you don't use armor, this is how you beat Lars. There it is. Now obviously you can go low, but now you're forcing the Lars to make that low guess. And no, you cannot sidestep the low to either direction. So don't try to sidestep. If Lars hits this, armor. That's all you got to win. Let me see. Even beats his armor. You see that? Hey, so there you go. It beats every option except for the low. And then the low just has to be blocked, and the low is only minus 12 on block. So make sure you're not missing your punish on Lars's block as well. Okay, I messed that up. Go into an armor move so you can stop annoying Lars's from making you have the 50-50. Every once in a while, sometimes Lars will do this in the mid. This move. They'll do this in the neutral. Is rare, but minus 15. So go ahead and make sure you launch punish this properly. This is a 1+2 break, just so you guys know at the lower rank. Some people don't know that. They don't know how to break this. They just keep getting thrown by this. You get abused at the lower ranks. This is a 1+2 break, guys. All right. Another common thing that Lars players do is a setup. They'll hit you with the armor move and they'll go into the low. If you get hit with this, there is a 90% chance Lars is going to do the low. And then after he learns you block it, then he's going to mix it up, and he might do it twice in a row. So look out for this. This is launch punishable. So make sure when Lars hits you with this, that you do catch this low after and launch that man into the heavens. And that's all I got for this video. There's a lot more moves and common setups that all the characters do. I'm going to do the other half of the characters in a different video, so the video's not so long. And hey, if you guys enjoy it, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.